and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Natasha Kirchak here with ILTV's Morning Briefing.
It looks like the Trump administration is more divided than ever when it comes to moving the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Veteran bureaucrats in the State Department, Department of Defense, and intelligence community are issuing stern warnings to the president against the move, according to CNN. At the same time, Trump advisors in the West Wing are imploring him to keep his campaign promise. Many are wondering if the president plans to announce the embassy move when he arrives in Israel next week, or if he'll be the fourth president in a row to backslide on the pledge. Trump plans to make the first presidential visit to the Western Wall during his trip, but Israel's Channel 2 News is reporting that officials from the American consulate and embassy in Israel have been claiming that the Jewish holy site is not part of Israel. Senior Trump officials have clarified that this is not the president's stance and that these comments are unauthorized. For years, the Jerusalem consulate has acted as a de facto embassy of Palestine, and diplomats posted there have even clashed with the IDF at security checkpoints. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu is rejecting a swirl of rumors circling in Washington, claiming that he advised President Donald Trump to hold off on moving the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem. Fox News correspondent Connor Powell is the most recent person to make this allegation, but the Prime Minister's office is calling this a lie. As proof, his administration is releasing a partial transcript of Netanyahu's White House conversation with President Donald Trump in February. Netanyahu and the rest of his coalition have been forcefully calling for the move, and the Israeli leader says it will advance the peace process by righting a historical wrong. The Jerusalem Embassy Act of 1995 legally requires the U.S. to move the embassy, but since its passage, U.S. presidents have continually overridden it with security waivers. The current waiver signed by previous President Barack Obama will expire on June 1st. Israel has just released a list of demands from the leader of the Palestinian hunger strike, and they're not exactly what you'd expect. Convicted terrorist Marwan Barghouti, last seen scarfing down a candy bar in the bathroom in the middle of his alleged hunger strike, wants more TV channels, a better selection of magazines, and more choices at the prison canteen. And until he gets these things, the hunger strike will continue, at least in public. Barghouti is currently serving 5 life sentences for 26 counts of murder and attempted murder during his time as leader of the Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigade. Public Security Minister Gilad Erdan says that Israel will not enter into negotiations over these over-the-top demands and will not damage its deterrent against terrorists. As a convicted terrorist, Barghouti presumably receives a monthly salary from the Palestinian Authority, but with limited canteen options and a near-total hunger strike, the stipend is of little use to him. You never know who you're going to run into at the Western Wall in Jerusalem, and yesterday, legendary Aerosmith singer Steven Tyler bumped into the new U.S. ambassador to Israel, David Friedman, at the holy site. The Walk This Way singer is touring Israel before his band's Wednesday night show in Tel Aviv, and the ambassador, an Orthodox Jew, says he went to the Western Wall straight from the airport, where he prayed for President Donald Trump's success. Friedman and Tyler spoke briefly, although we're still not sure what a former bankruptcy lawyer and a rock star with a $20 million drug habit were talking about. Tyler is best known for his hedonistic lifestyle, classic rock hits like Walk This Way and Sweet Emotion, and Friedman for his support of the Bet El Yeshiva in the disputed territories. Apparently, it was a short conversation. For the first time in history, a female Sharia judge has been appointed to the courts in Israel. President Reuven Rivlin and Justice Minister Ayelet Shaked swore Hansa Mansour Khatib into office on Monday. And while many are celebrating, some traditionalists are concerned that this constitutes government interference in the religious courts. Israel has had Sharia court systems for its substantial Muslim minority since 1948, but it's been a male-dominated judiciary. Now that Khatib has taken office, she's pledging to work within Sharia rules, but says this victory shows how the courts can support equality for women. Her appointment is not without controversy, though. Hardline Islamists in Israel are saying that a woman in the position of Qadi is not religiously acceptable and that the move is politically motivated. However, Ayelet Shaked has pointed out that countries like Indonesia, Egypt, and Malaysia already have female qadis. Shaked, the number 2 in the religious nationalist Jewish Home Party, says that this act is shattering a glass ceiling. Under Jewish law, or halakha, women cannot serve as judges, and some ultra-Orthodox Jews are expressing concern that Khatib's appointment will be used as a precedent to challenge this. The Israeli legal system is influenced by the millet courts of the Ottoman Empire, so religious communities have a lot more independence than in the West.
That's all for now. I'm Natasha Kirchek, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.